Okay, so we're back on the VF1000R project today. And if you recall from the end of the introduction video, I just ran the bike up probably for the first time in 3 or 4 years. This restoration was originally completed over 8 years ago now. And I seem to recall the last time I ran it, I made the cardinal sin of not running the carbs dry, which you should always do if you're going to put a bike up in storage for some time. I did drain the tank, but probably didn't run, or certainly don't remember running the carbs dry. So yeah, we saw that rough idle. It was running on 3. Chances are there's some muck in the float bowls, which has got sucked up into the pilot jet. All the pilot jet itself is blocked. Now, what I'm going to do is run the bike up again, get it up to temperature, and then I'm going to use this thermometer to just go around and check the temperature of the headers, see which cylinder is not running correctly. Sometimes as well, they can be partially fueled if the jet is not completely blocked. Sometimes they're just not being fueled at all on idle. I do know that at medium or half throttle to full throttle, all 4 cylinders are firing correctly. I did check that at the end of the last video. So I don't suspect any electrical issues or any main fueling issues. I'm pretty certain it's likely to be plugged up pilot jets. So yeah, let's get the bike running. I'll give it a minute or so to warm up, and then we'll go around and test the temperature of the header. Yeah, so we can see the rear right cylinder is definitely not running at idle. So I think at this stage we're going to have to pull the carbs, check those out. Yeah, and I'll do that on time lapse, and then once we get the carbs apart, yeah, we'll take a look and see what the issue is, but pretty sure it's just going to be some cleaning. Yeah, so this is the carb that's been giving us trouble. So you can see in there, yeah, we'll need to pull all the jets out, check the jets. We'll do the main jet, the pilot jet. We'll probably also take out the mixture screws as well while we're at it, give them a full service. But you can see here, probably the cause of our problem. If you look in here, yeah, we've got a lot of junk in the bottom of the float bowl there. So yeah, that's all you need. That gets sucked up into the pilot jet, idle jet, and yeah, that's going to cause the problem. So probably, I suspect, all of the carbs are the same. Anyway, we've got them out, so we're gonna give them all a full clean. As these carbs were fully rebuilt and ultrasonic cleaned as part of the original restoration, there's no need to repeat that process now. So I'm simply cleaning out the jets and the jet passageways with an aerosol carb cleaner and jet cleaning needles. Okay, so yeah, I've refitted the carbs and just kind of temporary for now. I want to get it running, check that it's idling correctly, and then also balance them. So yeah, I've set the idle just a little bit higher than normal, just because it's easier to do the balancing with this particular. I'm going to be using an airflow gauge. Okay, so yeah, I've gone round, balanced the carbs as best I can. You can see here, so this one's reading at about 4, 3.5, 4. This one, 3.5, 4. This one's a little higher at 4 to 5, but within spec. And this one's a reading at about 3.5, 4. So that's pretty close. And yeah, now you can see it's idling nice. And when I rev it, it's revving out nicely and it's returning to idle nicely. So yeah, I'm happy with that. That's addressed the idle issue. So I'll get everything put back together. although I'm happy with the idle, I'm just checking the header temps again, just as a final check that all 4 cylinders are fueling correctly at idle. With that job successfully completed, I can proceed with the remaining items on the chassis. So in the next video, I'll be removing and replating some of the components and fasteners, such as the rear brake master plunger and brake caliper banjo bolts. I'll be replacing the front brake master fill window, replacing or refinishing the turn signals, restoring the mufflers, and getting the brake rotors refinished before reassembly.